Yo, what is good, guys? So I just wanted to get back to you guys, and sorry for the distance and like how I've been away from my channel for a long time. I've been facing some pretty serious issues with my on my entrepreneur journey right now. My account was pretty much infiltrated by my virtual assistant, and I needed to get some people involved to have this taken care of. So I am just going to go over with you what happened and how you can prevent this from happening in the future, how I caught it, and what I'm doing about it. So without further ado, I will let you guys know. For instance, what happened right away was I was out to dinner, and my phone goes off and it says that I had a purchase of around $700 go on one of my Amazon accounts, and I was like, okay, that seems like really high for the day. Um, it was a total of one order that was being placed, and I know for sure that I didn't place the order. And I was out to dinner with my wife, and I was like, all right, well, I'll come back to this, and we'll figure this out later. So lo and behold, I went home and I looked up on the account, and it turns out that there was an order for 3 watches, and I couldn't view anything more than that, but it was made on my account. And I had just finished off paying my credit card completely for the month, so I knew that there was something up. None of my auto orders were making orders that day. Nobody had said to ship these items out, like they weren't supposed to be shipped. So I knew that there was a big issue. So immediately I called Chase's fraud department, and they were extremely helpful. They helped me solve the situation. But we got that card locked down, and no other purchases were being able to be made, and that transaction came back to me. So it turns out that these charges have been happening for a while, about a month and a half, and I had no idea that they were going through. So without further ado, I just want to show you guys how I figured it out, and what my virtual assistant was doing, which we found out who was doing it and how much she charged. She charged me over $2,500, I believe, almost close to 3 grand in money that was sent from multiple places, including the US to the Philippines. So let's break this down. So I'm going to open up a screenshot right now. Luckily, lo and behold, Chase has a really good service on their account now, which is pretty awesome. And they show you that there's an order number here on every transaction. So this is like a huge key. So I'm just going to break this down. So this is an adjustment that was made on my account. This is one of the fraudulent charges I actually found. It happened from February, middle of February, all the way to end of March. This was still going on, and the orders were over almost into the 3,000s, close to 3,000, if not 3,000. And those are the ones that I found. There may be other transactions that I've still missed, but I'm still going through everything and just making sure that everything lines up. So far, it seems to be like these are all the orders, but I'm still going through everything. Up here, it'll tell you the date that the transaction took place, so that you can match it up in case you got to call Chase Fraudulent Department. A lot of times they want to know the date and the amount so that they can look it up. The description is where on Amazon that the item was purchased from. We found out that a key thing that happened with a lot of the items that were being purchased was that they were from a different marketplace. Like it usually on mine it would say US marketplace, or like marketplace, or like sometimes it would just have a number right here, but they were a consecutive series of patterns that showed that a lot of the orders placed were using the same description or close to it for the Amazon description. What I mean by that would be M13 or M14 multiple times, and they all would be those same series of orders. It's difficult to tell if that's the main issue, or like if you can trace it through that pattern alone. So the best way to do this would be to use your Amazon order number. Now this is where it gets tricky. So with the Amazon order number, this is pretty crazy how it worked. But what I did was I'd copy this number and I'd go back into my account and I'd paste it, and you'd think that it would populate and it'd show you an order, but it doesn't. So what would happen the first time I did this was that it would pop up saying the order does not exist on your account. Like, it would say no order placed with this order. However, we know that since there was an adjustment and there was a purchase that was made, that the order actually did go through on my account. I can see it right here. I have the transaction, I have the rewards points. Like, I know that there was an order that was actually paid to me with this amount of money. Like, this is how much I paid. Like, this is like the order number, everything. So I know that this transaction was actually something that went through. So what we did from here was I took this information, and then I went back to Amazon Contact Us section. It's another web page that you can go to contact Amazon customer service. They can help you with orders that were gone wrong, or like if you have any other further questions, that's where we like to go. So I went to their chat on Amazon Contact Us, and I said, can you please tell me where this order was sent to? So they needed to verify a bunch of information, and so what they did was I gave them my address, and they were able to verify that it was my address and was my card. However, they had then asked for a mobile number, and I gave them my phone number that I thought would be attached to the account that is supposed to be under my name, and they ran the phone number and they said that is incorrect. So this is where I started to be like, oh crap, this person actually has an account set up in all my name and all my information. However, they're using their own phone number, so I couldn't even log in to change that account. So what I did was then they were like, can you give us the phone number? It starts with a 63, and 63 is a Filipino number, and that's their area code. So what I did was I went on Skype and I located the VA's number, who I thought it was, and I plugged it in, and I asked Amazon if this was their number, and they were like, yes, that's the number. And right away they told me it was correct. So I knew right then and there that this was who was making all my fraudulent charges. It was actually one of my VAs. That's how I found out it was my VA. I should have known, because a lot of the items were being shipped to the Philippines, but you just never know. Sometimes your credit card information can just get stolen at any point in time. You just don't know. So what I did later on was then I went back to Amazon, and this is where this number comes in play again. So if you use a business account, they give you Excel spreadsheets of all the amount of money that you've spent and all the items that you've purchased in a nice, easy to read format. So this, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, or if it works for everybody, but for me, I was able to go into my Amazon account, and I was actually able to download all the orders that were made during that month, put it up in Excel, and I was able to see all the fraudulent charges. Even though they weren't from my account, it loaded the other person's account, and it showed me where all the orders were sent, all the names of the people, everything. So I got all their information, and I was able to read it one by one by one. And it's multiple orders that were sent to the US, that were sent to the Philippines, and I don't know why I was able to see it, or if it's a glitch or something, but I'm letting you know now. If you suspect that there's a fraudulent charge, multiple fraudulent charges being taken on your account, and you can't see it on your account, but you're getting charges, you can use Amazon Business Analytics using Firefox. It doesn't work with Chrome, but if you log into that, a majority of the time you'll be able to see where the orders are coming from. So I was able to see it was coming from an account under a different name than mine, shipping to multiple addresses from the Philippines to multiple places throughout the US, people I'd never heard of, amounts ranging from like lowest was 40, highest was 700 at one point, multiple transactions in the hundreds. So that's one way you can see it. This becomes like a huge issue when you're doing as much volume as I was doing. Throughout a day, I'd probably do about 50 to 60 orders or transactions that were taking place on my account, roughly averaging about $2,000 to $3,000, sometimes $4,000 a day. That's on like my now lighter days with a flagged account. Before that, I was doing close to 100 orders a day, close to like 6 to 8K like a day. So as you can see, sometimes these orders can get hard to trace, especially when you're doing as much volume as I am. But if you're diligent and you go through all your paperwork and you go through everything, you'll find these transactions and you'll be able to put a stop to it. So I noticed this, and this was my findings. This is one of my findings, and this is what we found. So we were able to make the adjustment, and luckily I have VIP service with Chase, and I was able to contact them, and they found out that all these fraudulent charges were taking place in another account that was set up in my name. And they were actually able to refund me all the money so far. So I just wanted to let you guys know this is taking place and like how you can get the money back. And as you can see, I'm not lying when I tell you this is the amount, just shy of that my VA was actually extorting out of my credit card. And I was able to get most of this money back. It's still in process for the rest of it, so I'm in negotiations and talks with Chase to get the rest of it back. So I wanted to let you guys know that's what I'm dealing with. So because this happened to me, and I was actually noticing this for a while now, probably towards January to February, I'd start picking up on it. And I knew there were some other orders, probably in January, I'm still missing that I have to go back through. But I started seeing a trend happening, and I just really buckled down, and I went hard on researching as much information as I could to try and find out where the fraudulent charges were coming from, if there were fraudulent charges, if there were some scams going on my account. And I was actually able to find them. And it took me a while, but when you're going through thousands of transactions and being as diligent as I was, it could take you some time. So I was able to figure it out and pinpoint it down. So in the future, this is what I'm having done, and I'm building something right now. It's a Google Chrome extension, and what it does is it'll help you give all your profits and your margins for the day right on your eBay account. So you'll be able to see how much profit you actually did, your sales tax that was charged, multiple other financial information. You'll then be able to copy that information, and you'll be able to paste it into an Excel spreadsheet. So it's not going from flipping from page to page on your eBay account to see how much sales tax, how much possibly not sales tax, but how much you were charged by PayPal. It'll have everything listed in the side, so you can just copy it and paste it into Excel spreadsheet, so you can see your daily profits a little bit easier. We're gonna try and put a section where you can add cash back as well, so it should give you a little information for that. The reason I am doing this is because of the action that was taken on my account, and I could not trace it, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't see all the transactions and what was going on, and I couldn't pinpoint this because I couldn't get a daily summary of how much profit I was making. If I was able to see a whole complete picture of daily profit, I could have probably stopped this a lot sooner. So my goal is to help you guys be more financially savvy within your own businesses, to understand exactly how much profit you're generating in a day, so that you can see these types of fraudulent charges if they are happening, because sometimes people miss them. They're not, I don't know if people are as diligent as I can be when I'm making sure my numbers are correct. I can sit here all day and look at numbers. It doesn't bother me until I find out what is going on 100%. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I am already in the process of building this. It's been in the works for 3 weeks, and I hope to have it out to you guys soon. I'm going to give it to a couple of people to test drive it and to make sure that it's something that the market could use. We're going to do probably a few small group tests, probably about 10 people, maybe a little bit more, just to get a feel for it, if it's useful, you know, what people think about it, what can be tweaked about it before I offer it to everybody else, and if everybody wants to use it. So I will let you guys know when it is ready. Like I said, it's been in the works for like 3 weeks right now, so hopefully it's completed soon. So what I wanted to let you guys else know, what else I'm working on currently at the moment, I am finishing getting this all straightened out, and I am starting up a manual store, so I'll have that going soon. I just was at Paul J. Lipsky's meeting in New York City not too long ago. I had a blast. I met Dropship Tyler, I met Rico, I met the two dudes from Amazon Dropshipping. I met a whole bunch of other people, successful entrepreneurs that were just starting up. It was a great experience. Once again, it was the second meetup that was held in New York City by Paul J. Lipsky. He's absolutely killing it right now. I'm going to continue to try and grow my channel as best as I can, offering you guys as much information that I see could be potentially helpful to you guys in the future, how to utilize it and be as transparent as I possibly can. And I would hope you guys stick with me along this journey. I think if I do a manual store and I show you guys step by step, it's going to help you guys a lot. So I can show you how I'm turning profit, what I do, step-by-step guide, just like giving you guys as much information as I can. I'll probably do it on a weekly basis. I'm going to get it started first, and then I'm just going to do a weekly recap with you guys so I can just show you like what's going on right now. How is it working? Is it working? What problems I'm facing and how I deal with it, like day by day. So there's a lot of issues that can go on when you're running a business that you need to be headstrong about and totally understand. And I've been doing this for over a year, so I can show you guys how to actually get this done. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be doing this, and I appreciate it. If you guys can do me a favor and subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome, or give me a thumbs up, you know, send me a message what you guys want to see. I'm also on Instagram. If you search hustle_Williams, I'm right on there as well. So I would love to hear from you guys, and I want to keep providing you guys great content. Once again, my bad from being distant again. I'm trying to get on here as much as I can, and I know it's all about consistency, so I'm trying to be more consistent with this and offer you guys as much information as I can. I thought this was a big issue that needed to be discussed. Maybe some others are going through the same thing. I hope not. Unfortunately, I had embedded a lot of trust within one of my VAs, and these things sometimes just happen, so I had to let her go, and I will be filing charges with the police on a lot of the items based in the US, and see what else we can do for country for the items that were sent out overseas as well. I think there's other procedures in place as well that I can do. So without further ado, I want to say thank you guys for checking out my channel. You know, we'll keep this going, and I'm showing you that there's always a way, there will be a way, and we're going to make this work. Goal for 2019 is do over $1 million in sales and generate $30,000 to $40,000 in income, profit, maybe more if we can do that. So I hope to keep delivering to you guys and offering you as best advice as I can. Thanks again, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. All right, guys. Peace. Once again, just keep hustling.